Hi there, and thanks for logging on to this little web vignette about Jeremy Reiner. I'm in front of my little magic weather wall. It's just a green wall behind me, but through technology, we can put all sorts of information behind there. Typically, the weather information. That's what I stand in front of and share the forecast with you. Or if I wanted to, I could put a picture of one of the tower cameras back there. Beautiful morning here in Boston. Anyway, getting sidetracked. A little bit more about myself. Well, I grew up here in New England. I grew up in the Berkshires of Massachusetts, out in a small town called Pittsfield, and then we moved to Dalton, where my folks still reside. And it was in western Massachusetts that the fire for meteorology was lit. As you know, we have a lot of monster snowstorms and nor'easters here, and out in western Mass, there's no concern of a rain-snow line, so we get pummeled every winter with the snow. Now, I have a bunch of pictures that I'll share with you during this little vignette, and the first picture you're going to see right about now is a picture of myself and my two younger brothers, and that's a picture of me enjoying a winter day here in New England after probably a snowstorm and sledding in the neighborhood yard. And also all over New England. Spent some summers on Cape Cod. Another picture coming up right about now is me dug a big hole in the sand on the West Dennis Beach down on the Cape. So just absolutely fell in love with weather here in New England. And then after that, I thought, well, I've got to go tap into this passion. So I went to Linden State College in the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont, where actually I went to college with Pete Bouchard. And it was kind of funny because we'd sit around the dorm rooms in the Met Lab thinking, dude, wouldn't that be awesome if someday we could actually work together in Boston? Fortunate to be living the dream and having a fun time working alongside Pete. And of course, Chris too, but again, I went to college with Pete, so that's why it's extra special. Well, then after graduating from Linden State College with a degree in meteorology, went out to Minnesota, chased some tornadoes. Tornadoes chased me as well. I've worked in Portland, Maine, and I've worked in North Carolina. And then in the winter of 2006, I got a call from Pete and company, and they said, hey, how'd you like to come back home? And I was like, sign me up, love it. So I've been here ever since then, and again, blessed to be working in my own backyard. New England is such an extreme setup in terms of the climate because you have the mountains and the ocean. And so the two of them work back and forth and create some wild and wacky weather. So hobbies, interests outside of cold fronts. Well, I love sports, and it has to start with the Boston Red Sox. Been a lifelong Red Sox fan. And of course, all the other sports teams as well. I play some sports, not as much as I used to. I'm getting a little bit older in my age, but I play basketball, and I've actually taken up running over the last couple of years. That's a non-contact sport, at least with other people. But yeah, still pounding on the pavement, my knees and the joints and the ankles. What else? Well, I love music, all sorts of music, and recently I have taken up guitar. I still continue to play that, still not a guitar hero. But that just is another outlet for me. And my wife and I, we enjoy raising our daughter here in southern New England and letting her experience everything that I got to experience as well. Now, this last picture that you're seeing of the family here, the wife and the daughter, I'm wearing a T-shirt. And if you're a Star Wars fan, take a close look at that T-shirt. There's a Star Wars reference in there. And of course, meteorology tied there as well. Do you get it? Okay. And if not, that's okay too. That's one of those all or nothing T-shirts. But in any event, I thank you for your viewership and for logging on here at WHDH.com.